All right, guys, so today we're talking about how to prepare your Porsche for summer driving. Now, if you guys live up north, you probably had your Porsche kind of stored away, not driving it so much in the wintertime, but now spring is here, early summer is here, and you want to get this baby out and you want to drive it. So, as anybody knows, you leave these babies out in the sun too long, bad things are going to happen. So always be aware of that. The very first thing I like to do if you're going to have it out in the sun, obviously get a good quality spray wax, something to protect the paint from fading. Next thing you're going to do is go up here. You're going to check your windshield wipers. Make sure everything is up to par on the wipers, because if you drove this thing during the winter, or if it's been sitting, they're probably hard and not going to clean the windshield very good, and all kinds of issues. Next thing is, obviously for the inside, you don't want anything sunlight-wise hitting your interior. So now is a good time to put your protectant, your seat, leather care stuff on, your door panel stuff on, anything like that. And yes, it is a carbon fiber console, I know. Also a good time to check tires. We'll go to the front here. Tires, brakes, this and that. Not only check the outside of the tires, reach in and feel the tread depth on the inside. All four. Check the air in the tires. The brake inspection on a Porsche is actually pretty easy. If you have one of these little mirrors, you can actually get in there, probably a little more light than that. You can actually see the brake pad depth is the easiest way. Most Porsches have pretty open wheels. You check all that. If it's been sitting for a while, we'll come around to the back of it, or we can put it up on the lift. And you're gonna want to check under it for any kind of oil leaks, any kind of coolant leaks. We're going to open up the hatch here. We'll go ahead and check the coolant back here. Depends on what make model you have. There's Phillips batteries left in here. And on the Caymans and the Boxers and stuff, you know, it's right here. You check the coolant back here. Oil level is going to be checked on the dash. And depends on what make and model you have. We could check that. I'm going to grab the keys. All right, so right here in the middle, you're going to pull back on your left lower stalk. Sorry, push forward. Click on oil. Before you start your car, you got to do this. You start your car, it's going to take about 10 minutes. And now you want it to be somewhere towards the middle to the upper part. The two little arrow marks there, somewhere between there. We're at the very top of it. This car will use oil. It's just the way it is. It uses no coolant, but all these flat six engines will use oil at some degree. I would say we probably put a quart in this thing once every probably 5,000 miles, maybe 3,000 miles. As far as treatment goes, in the winter or summer is a good time to treat this rubber seals to make sure in the hot weather or in the freezing cold weather that the rear hatch or the frunk or the doors don't stick to these seals. Use some kind of treatment, some kind of rubber treatment, and walk right in front of the lens. And the same way on these, and also up here, so when you shut the door and the window goes up, it functions correctly and smoothly. If you guys have any of these cars, you probably noticed already, like this thing is getting rotten where it touches the windshield. We're due for a new one of these. This thing's kind of faded. It did sit in the sun a little bit before I owned it. It doesn't really sit in the sun at all now. And also you notice if you leave it in the sun very often at all, it's like every other car, the headlights will get tarnished and they will get nasty looking. If we dry this one too much, we'll have to clear coat the headlights. So new ones are in the cards. They're about $1,000 for some aftermarket ones in their aftermarket. We haven't really done that yet. I can't really think of anything else with this car. You know, like anything else, keep it out of the hot sun with the windows up. You will cause yourself headliner falling down problems, many issues like that. That will just deteriorate the car overall. Now, Porsches are some of the best built cars interior-wise you could possibly get. This thing has great build quality on the inside, and just be very cautious not to let it get ruined. Things like window tint help a lot. Last year we tinted the windows in this car, the side windows and the back glass. That helped tremendously. One thing we did notice on this car, when it's really hot outside, you can feel the heat coming through the top, through the headliner. You can like feel the heat radiating off the ceiling of it. You know, with just a metal roof, you're just gonna have that. Sunroof cars kind of have like a double layer roof. They have the sunroof slider, like a space, so you don't quite get that same effect. But just straight out coupe, you're gonna have that. I'm trying to think of anything else. Of course, your windshield washer fluid. There is one thing we found. It was a great hack. We've been using a lot of these tub of towels, and we may do another video on this. These are like a semi-abrasive cleaner that won't hurt anything. So you see this car has bugs. It's getting bugs all over the front of it. And you could just take one of these at the car wash, take it with you right before you go, and you could take that and wipe all those bugs right off of the headlights, the bumper, the mirrors, the windshield. Then if you wash your car, it works out really good. We also incorporated a simple green garden sprayer, and where we can mix up simple green, because simple green is kind of like the strongest you can use without hurting anything. And when you go to the car wash, especially like with a G-Wagon, it's so much metal to clean. And if you go scrubbing on it with a hand mitt and it's a dark color, you're gonna have to buff it. And man, the car washing situation here is real. So a black Porsche is just like the black G-Wagon. You kind of want to do a touchless wash if at all possible you can. So we can spray the whole car with a simple green mixture, let it sit just a couple minutes at the car wash, and go through and just put the soap, the rinse, and the spot free. Bring it back here, get some detailer or spray wax, wipe it down, and you're good. If you go using a wash med, if you touch the paint at all with any kind of wash anything, you will scratch it. You will put little spider web scratches in it. So it's better not to do that. Like I said, we'll probably do a whole different video on that coming up, how to properly wash a car. We've done that before, but we made some pretty big improvements since then. And if you want to see more about that, let us know. And that's going to be it. That's all for the pre-trip road. Obviously, check your transmission fluid too, your brake fluid, check all your fluids. Make sure everything's up to par. If it's been sitting for a long time, it may be a good time before you drive in the hot weather to change that coolant, to flush the coolant, to check the date on your water pump, check the date on your thermostat, kind of check everything out, because if something's gonna blow apart, it's gonna do it when it's 100 degrees outside and not when it's cool outside for sure. So that's gonna be it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.